big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Yes, guys, what's happening? This is United Forever Podcast, episode 34, 21. Here we come. Well, not literally. I ain't got a wank tissue ready, but I'm Sam Spanner, and I'm with my cousin,
Cousin Adam. How are you?
Adam Shagham. Yeah, good, mate. Happy New Year, by the way.
You're good. Yes, Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year.
How are you all?
Did you do much for New Year's?
Well, over here in Spain, you've got to stay up until obviously midnight, like most people, and then you've got to have the 12 grapes. So you've got 12 grapes, you've got to chew and swallow. So you've got to make sure that they're peeled and de-seeded just in time, so you can avoid a choking hazard and the Heimlich maneuver. So,
Yeah, definitely. All good there.
but it was pretty quiet this year, and the kids fell asleep by 10:30. So yeah, it was pretty chilled. What about you, mate? Anything special?
Wow. Nah, mate. It's all gone to shit over here, really. Everything's just like up in the air. And basically they're looking at having another national lockdown.
Mate, I've lost you. Hold on 1 second.
You back?
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. I'm back, mate. I'm back. Now, I've got to stay still. Sorry, you were saying, mate, beg your pardon.
Yeah, no, I was saying that it's all gone to shit over here. They're looking at another national lockdown again.
Oh, mate, that sucks.
Because it's just like, so basically everything was on the low down. New Year's Eve. I think I was in bed by about 11:45. I couldn't be asked.
Oh, really? Fuck me. No fireworks apart from your ass.
Yeah, I didn't see the New Year in as I normally would because I couldn't be asked. You know what I mean? But
I fair bet. I mean, dark times at the minute, especially if you lot over in the UK. But
it's just
I was going to ask you a question. What about work and stuff? Have you got any holiday due or anything?
Yeah, I've got a couple of weeks booked. Hopefully the middle of this month if it gets authorised. So that'd be all right.
Okay, nice one. Sweet.
Need a bit of
no,
downtime.
Mate, you deserve a good rest.
Yeah,
I mean, you and your green tights and your elf outfit delivering all them presents, mate.
Defo.
Have you ever thought that wearing them green tights might have been the origin of your ball itch?
Brilliant, yeah. That's it.
Oh,
sponsored by Sudocrem.
Oh. Oh, brilliant. I mean, changing the subject a little bit, it was nice to get a bit of a shout out from Stretford Paddock the other day. Stephen Howson sort of gave us a nice mention and stuff, and he did promise to listen to some of our stuff, and he gave us a little bit of a comment there. So I don't know if we made his ears bleed, you know? It was a bit of a neutral comment, but I mean, lads, exclamation mark. Could it mean like we're just stupid lads that love a bit of banter?
Well,
literally perforate his eardrums.
You never know. I'll take it as good.
Yeah, no, defo. No, I mean, we've just had we've just been laughing our heads off, really, every time we do a podcast. And if we aren't laughing our heads off, we're fucking backfiring downstairs,
that one, that you listened to, we were just like, well, you were semi-pissed on red wine by the sound of things, weren't it?
I know it was Sambuca, wasn't it? The Paddock one was old. I was on the Sambuca, but funny enough, I've still got just under half a bottle of, it's a proper extra large bottle of the Spanish Sambuca stuff. So I'll go back to work on Friday, which is a really random day to open the schools again, but I might have a bit of a liver left to go through it. But, yeah, mate.
Definitely.
So
Celebrations.
I
You can have a
titled it
celebration
21.
for the United.
Oh, totally, mate. I mean, it's been a lovely week. Adrenaline, pure adrenaline. I think my dad, even though he's bald, he must have I don't know if he can go bald anymore. He might have lost a few hairs on his balls. Mate, I
Brilliant.
mean, we are in for a ride and a half with this brand of football we've got. It's absolutely fucking entertaining.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's excellent.
And you guarantee, I mean, no, you talk,
Yeah.
mate. I'm talking too much. I'm going to drink some
Yeah.
wine. You keep talking.
No, I was going to say the third place finish last season. A bit of a shitty
Yeah,
start this season, and then the lads have seriously turned it around. I'm not going to get carried away because there's still a lot of
yeah,
football to play. We've still got to get to that 25, 28 games, um,
yeah,
and then we
exactly.
can really start.
That's Howson's advice.
Yeah, and I think once we get there, and if we're still where we are, then game on. We're breathing down the necks of the Scousers, so that's always good.
Yeah.
They've again got
I mean,
some
I
more
was
injuries,
listening
haven't
to a
they?
bit of, yeah, that's right. But I was listening to Webby and O'Neill, some older blokes that, they've got some really good content and, they've been United fans for bloody decades. And
Yeah,
they were saying that they think that the key match is, I think it's the 17th of January when we play Liverpool. So if we beat
yeah,
them, then we're definitely in for a title
yeah,
race. So there's still quite a
yeah,
few games shy of the 25 game mark.
yeah,
But basically, they're just saying we've got to enjoy it all, because,
definitely.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when Fergie retired, how bloody
Yeah.
boring was the football, mate, after that?
Oh yeah, but, mate,
I
it's
mean,
sort sort of like just went to the shit, didn't it? Really. And
totally.
what's quite nice is the last couple of games, Fergie's been in the stands to watch us um, win one in Fergie time, and
Defo. And
obviously the win
how slick
the
is
other day.
in his flat cap, mate? What do you think
Oh,
about
mate,
his flat
definitely.
cap?
Yeah,
Fucking mint.
he's trying to peaky blinder at me.
It's a bit of a Johnny Dogs. Don't know if you remember Johnny Dogs.
Yeah,
Tommy's like, go and get the Blake Stallion, mate, and carry, because no one's going to see you like carrying the body across the woods at night. Yeah, no problems there, Tommy. Fucking, I love that character,
brilliant.
mate. It does make you think. What back in the day, because we did have some Roma in the family, and when old granddad used to go over to the camp, like as a kid. No,
Yeah,
it wasn't as a kid. I think it was an adult, and he got on fondly with the head lady of the camp, Lady Stone, she was
yeah,
called. And
right.
he said they were lovely people, and
Yeah,
the caravans were completely immaculate, clean and everything.
yeah,
Great people. But
yeah,
obviously times change, and I don't want to label any sort of communities into bad boxes or
yeah,
anything. But Grandad spoke very highly of the local ones.
yeah.
But
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of interesting stuff about it,
Oh,
So
without a doubt, mate.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Well,
Johnny Dogs.
very well put.
Well, how your dad's got like, I don't know, like literally no more space in the garden because he's got all these different sheds and stuff. But I still think there's enough
Yeah,
space. There must be a little bit more space, mate, to get in a gypsy wagon,
a
mate.
proper Romany caravan in there somewhere. That'd be amazing.
Oh, mate, you could do some proper You could do your podcasting in there, mate.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, from the Romany wagon. Yeah,
Oh, defo. Oh, brilliant, mate. I
brilliant.
like the old Peppa Pig, Daddy Pig. Snort there, mate. Fucking pigs in blankets. Oh dear, oh dear.
Mate, I've overdosed on those the last 2 weeks.
Oh, bloody hell. I ain't had any of pigs in blankets this year. I did make some homemade sausage rolls, which were nice. But,
Nice.
and some mince pies, because you can't buy mince pies over in this part of the world, so had to get
Oh,
out the
right.
old recipe books and stuff. But it did an all right DIY job. The old father-in-law approved, and he asked for a couple more to take home with him. So I thought, yeah, no worries, mate.
Oh, excellent. Well, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, pass with flying colours then, mate.
But what I did do, instead of putting the old traditional brandy in it, I put in the rum. You know, the rum that I recommended to Stephen Howson.
Yeah.
And it gave it a different flavour, but it was nice. And what did
Nice.
Alfie Solomon say about rum? Fucking the old rum, yeah. Fucking all it does, yeah. It sort of. I can't remember what he said. Fucking. So he's criticising gin. He's like, the gin, yeah, the gin fucking, all it does is it entices the melancholy, but the rum, yeah, it incites violence. And, oh yeah, it calms yourself down, something like that.
That's it. Yeah, I'm going to need to rewatch the series, mate, because I've lost all the top quality quotes.
Oh mate, it's so funny. It's old fucking Alfie Solomon's.
Alfie.
Now we've been watching
Listen,
the old peaky stuff, you know, this holiday. I needed to just like binge watch some stuff, you know. So,
yeah.
Oh mate, I've got a belch coming. Fucking rubbing my tummy. Oh, there we go. Beauty. Oh, stinks of fucking. I had some like cold pizza in the fridge. I thought I'd just inhale a slice before we start podcasting. Bit more energy, mate.
Nice. Excellent.
So we've gone on a major tangent there. Food, farts,
Definitely,
beer,
we did. Yeah.
and rum, as you do.
Yep.
But
Definitely.
what a week! So we beat our bogey team, the Wolves, because wasn't it the first time we beat them at Old Trafford since they got promoted or something?
Something like that. I can't remember the proper official stat, but yeah, you know it was gonna be a bit of a bore draw, wasn't it? But then old Rashi come in at the 11th hour, tucked that ball in.
Oh yeah, you spanked thing his ass with the ball, and it went in the back of the net. That was brilliant.
Yes.
And then
it was good to see.
Wolves are a good team.
Oh,
I mean, you know,
no doubt about it.
They're very organised. But
yeah,
what'd you make of their manager? I think he was like a fucking vagabond, mate.
Oh yeah, I think he will. Oh bloody hell!
Pickled eggs.
That smells of roasted peanuts. Oh,
Nobby's nuts.
Yeah. Oh, Christ.
ODing on Nobby's nuts.
That comes from the depths. But yeah, I think
from the rectum right up to the mouth. Sorry.
Tastes the shit, smells the shit. But I think the Wolves manager potentially he will go on to something much bigger than Wolverhampton, I think, or he will turn Wolverhampton into something big. He's just got that. I don't know. He's just got that aura about him. I don't know what you think.
I think his mojo sort of shrank a little bit this season, and I mean, you know how sometimes something new on the scene sort of tricks other teams, and I think now he's been a little bit sussed out, and he sort of drifted down the table a little bit. Hold on. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, bloody hell. I ain't trying to whack out a Christmas carol or anything. But I mean, he's got a board that have fully backed him. He's like, I want this Portuguese bloke, I want this other Portuguese bloke, and just
Yeah,
add another two more Portuguese blokes on that list for me. And they've done that for him,
definitely.
and he's got projects. But I think he's
Yeah,
been sussed out a little bit. But I'll tell you
yeah,
something, right? Do you remember Sheffield United last season?
yeah,
Like, they did pretty well, didn't they? Can you
yeah.
remember anything that stood out for you about them last season?
Well, apart from having a quality goalkeeper, um,
Oh, very,
I think they
very
just.
true, very true. Well,
I think they played. I think they just played like. Would I say sensible football? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
well, I'll tell you what did work, and then they've got found out, right? Is they were
Yep,
doing overlapping defenders, and that was pretty
yep,
intelligent play because it was quite new on the scene, right? So the defenders were sort of going forward, then you had the midfielders that were dropping backwards. Now, you said to me the other
yep,
day, you've seen how well we're overlapping our play, and that reminded me of Sheffield United. But we're not just doing it with the defenders and then with the McFred combo or with Matic, We're also
yep,
doing it with the forward players on the flanks, and they just look
yep.
very organised and they know where to go, and it's a mind fuck for the opposition.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
definitely. Yeah, and
So
going talking about like the Villa game, they were very good at the overlap. I don't know if you noticed it, but some of their overlap play was very, very dangerous. And I was a
yeah,
little
they
bit
look very good.
scared in the first half when they were overlapping on the right hand side because Shaw was a bit like not in the correct area again. However,
Yeah,
he did have a pretty good game. He actually
no, he did
attacked the
well.
ball. He was doing attacking movement in the second half. He did an attacking run, which is the first time I've seen him do that properly since before he got injured.
Yeah,
Had that serious injury.
I mean, what was good was you saw Bruno, who's just like a pure magician. He's like
Yeah,
head and shoulders above the rest. But he was using not only his shoulders, but also his hands to indicate to Shaw where he wanted him to run. So I
yeah,
thought that was very helpful, having that kind of leader in right up at the top of the pitch, giving the
yeah,
players instructions so they know what to do. So
yeah.
he's raised the bar, and
That's
I
it.
think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
But
and
Matty Cash
we got
did
him.
very well with Traore down that flank.
Oh yeah, that Matty
So
Cash. I
we
reckon is
survived.
he English?
Yeah, but apparently his mum's Polish or something.
Right.
But yeah,
So
he's
I
English.
I think he will definitely um, play some part in the international setup at some point if he hasn't already. I don't really know much about him, but he looked
Well, he's
very
too old for
very
the under 21s.
yeah,
But
he
he's.
looked very solid.
I mean, this is evidence, right? They picked up Ollie Watkins from the Championship, Matty Cash from the
Yep,
Championship, and they
yep,
spend respectable amount of money on these players that are in leagues that are very physical. And when you
yep,
think in the Championship, it's very competitive, and at least the top half of
yep,
the Championship could play in the bottom half of the Premier League. That's my
yep,
opinion. Other people will be like, "Shut the fuck
yep.
up." So that's what I think.
Yeah. No,
So,
it's pretty
but
sound. Idea.
talking about the Championship, right? Watford, the old Pozzo family, the old
Yep.
familia down there, mate. They've gone and sacked their manager. So that doesn't look good for old Jimmy Garner, who's on loan.
No, no,
So
yeah, definitely.
every time there's a bloody
They'll have to,
managerial change, they'll.
yeah, start again and
So
sort of thing.
what would you do? What would you do now? It's
Well,
January.
I was
Would
actually
you
going
recall him and send him out on loan again?
Well, it's difficult to say because have they actually filled the managerial position yet? You there?
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm back. The
Yeah.
fucking
Have Watford actually filled the
network's
managerial
gone all tits
position
up
yet?
again. Say that again, mate.
Have Watford filled the managerial position yet?
Yeah, I believe they have. Yeah, but I
Right.
didn't
Okay.
see who's taking the reins.
I would give them to the end of the month to see how they're going to set up because we've got up until the end of the transfer window to recall him anyway, haven't we? So see how that works.
Yeah,
But one thing I was going to say to you today about is that Dylan Levitt, he's not having a very good time
yeah.
down at Charlton, and I think he will get
No,
recalled.
he
If I'm
needs to
honest,
come back.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
that's just a waste
I
of time.
mean, um, we're sort of going on a bit of a tangent and talking about the loanees again, which we did
Yeah,
a podcast about not long ago. But I'd
yeah,
keep Dalot now. AC Milan.
yeah,
He's played six matches in the Europa League, and he's
yeah,
also played again today for Milan, but actually at left back, which he had done for Man United as well when Shaw had
yeah,
one of his many injuries. So I'd just
yeah,
keep him out there. Andreas Pereira's playing for Lazio. He's had about
yeah.
10 appearances. But Chongi, mate, I
Right.
don't know what to do about him because he's still not getting proper match time. So he's just making appearances off the bench.
Yes, that is. The problem is because he's on a 2-year loan, isn't he?
Yeah,
That's very difficult. Maybe they're just easing him into the league this year, and then next season they're going to proper open him out. I don't know. Um, I really, really don't know how that's gonna work. But you
no,
can't keep a player like
I
that
don't
out
know.
in a foreign land and just keep playing him off the bench.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
So yeah,
No, I get what you're saying.
yeah, that's one for. I think we'll have to run this season out and see how it goes at the beginning of next, and then go from there. To be honest,
Yeah. And what about signings? Would you sign anyone? Well, I don't think we're going to sign anyone, but would you sign anyone if you could?
well, I don't know because will the caretaker stay fit? That's my question to you
Mate, do you
right
know
now.
what?
Can he stay fit?
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. I really don't know because sometimes he just injures himself because he loves to do some, like, really, really, like,
Mental
fucking
shit.
epic but fucked up stuff on the pitch. Yeah.
Yeah,
But if he can have feeling literally just fucking in his ear every
yeah,
fucking minute he's in training and he's getting ready to come on the pitch in a match,
yeah,
saying just don't do anything stupid. There's no reason why he can't stay fit.
yeah.
So I think he's just been world class.
Oh yeah, mate.
He's been brilliant.
Yeah, he's opened up Maguire as well, and I think Maguire is
Yeah,
playing a lot more relaxed because he's got somebody he knows is going to be able to back him up in respect of speed. Lindelof doesn't offer that option
yeah,
because he's not quick enough. Not saying there's anything wrong with Lindelof in that respect, but going back to your initial question,
yeah,
if Bailly can stay fit, then no, I wouldn't sign anybody. However, I don't know if he will. So in that case, I would go for a
yeah.
centre back without a doubt. Um,
But
there's
if I say this
big
right,
rumours. Yeah,
so no, sorry, big rumours, mate.
yeah, big rumour. Basically, I've been reading the English press today and back end of
Yeah,
yesterday, and basically it's coming out that
yeah.
United have stated that they managed to dodge a bullet with signing Sancho because he's kind of gone right off the boil, and they're now definitely looking to try
Although
and sign. What's that?
No, today he got a goal and an assist today. I was keeping an eye
Yeah.
on him. So, but
That
don't
was his first
forget,
goal in over 1,000
bloody
minutes, though.
yeah. But don't forget, they've been going through a lot of shit lately because there's been problems with management, and then the manager got sacked a couple of weeks ago. So
Okay.
that can also partly be to blame. But once the
Yeah.
harmony's sorted out in the dressing room, stuff gets sorted out, then I think you'll see Sancho going gung-ho again.
Yeah. But then, so basically, I think that one's off the boil in January. However, there was a lot of movement going on with Erling Braut Haaland again. Some
I can't
proper
see that
serious
happening
rumours.
with bloody Raiola being involved. I'm sorry, I
that is
can't
the
see it
problem.
happening.
That is the only issue I have, is the fact that he's being represented by an absolute arse.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say this right. I know he's not your favourite player, but what do you think about the possibility of Jackie Grealish coming over to United in the summer?
Where would he play? That's my first question.
Old Trafford, mate. Sorry. Sorry,
One
that's
of
just
those
me
answers.
being a fucking twid. Mate, fucking reminded me of what was that? Dame Edna years ago on TV.
Right.
Fucking hell, this is decades ago. So
Yeah.
she had this. He had this real dumb Cockney lass that was on the show now and again with like making cameo appearances. And
Right.
she was like, she might do because Dame Edna was Aussie, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, right? Was that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
put on the Aussie accent. So it's like, so then, I don't want to get too rude or anything, but do you mind? I'm not pulling it off at the minute because I was doing Alfie Solomon's earlier. Still going fucking all right. So, would you mind telling me where the strangest places that you've had sex?
Yeah.
Strangest place where you've had sex. And do you know what she said?
No.
Fucking up the bum, mate.
Yes.
So,
Back of the net.
oh dear, that's fucking one of those answers, mate. So, oh dear. Hold on, I've got a bit
Brilliant.
of snot running down my nose now. So apparently snot ain't a symptom of the old Rona, so I'm safe. But
Yeah.
sorry, Jackie Grealish. You'd probably would we play him on the left and keep Rashford on the right, and
But then
Tony
where
up
would
front
Mason
now
fit?
and again.
This is the
That's the other
problem that we've
thing,
got.
right?
We've
Yeah,
got
I agree.
because of the fact that Mason is so far advanced. You know, he shouldn't really have been coming on the scene till about the age of 2021. Really, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but he was just
But
whacking in the goals for fun, wasn't he?
yeah, I don't know. The problem that I have with that transfer is the amount of money we're going to have to spend on him.
Yeah, it'll be like full on like 100 million plus, wouldn't it?
Oh, easy, mate. You'd be looking at, I would say, more into the realms of the 140, 160, if I'm honest, just because of
Bloody hell.
no,
No, that
that's
never
with all the
happened.
add-ons. You
I
know,
mean,
and you
Grealish
think
only went and renewed his contract, didn't he?
exactly. So I don't know. You know, not taking anything away from the lad, but I personally think there are better options out there.
Sancho is what, 5
Yeah.
years younger, 4 or 5
Yep.
years younger, which gives you obviously mathematically about 4 or 5 seasons more in longevity.
Funny enough,
And Sancho, he predominantly plays down the right for Dortmund, and
Yep.
the right wing isn't a position that's been filled for donkeys at United. So
No.
I'd go for Sancho.
Yeah, but
And
I think the problem with that is Dortmund are seriously going to drag their balls in the sand because they know full well that we want him. They are, mate.
mate, I never heard that
They,
before.
they,
No, I never
mate, they're
heard that
going to be,
expression before. It's fucking brilliant.
mate. They're going to drag their balls in the sand deep because they know full well we want him, but
Yeah,
dickhead Woodworm won't want to part with the money that they want for him, and that is because of
no
who he is and what he is. So that
dividends.
is potentially, yeah, exactly. That is potentially the issue. But if this is a case of what if, but if the team can stay as we are at the moment for January, I don't think we need any reinforcement because we've got enough squad depth, etc.
Yeah, we've got a very strong bench as well. That's just
Yeah, I
been
think.
fucking brilliant. You don't need to look at the
Yeah,
bench and think, oh, can we bring on
yeah,
Andreas Pereira? No. Can we bring
yeah,
on fucking Ashley Young? No. Can we bring on Phil
no,
Jones? No, we don't need to bring him on either.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I'd rather
You
see
know,
a statement of progress. I'd rather see the club get rid of at least 4 players in January. That's what I'd like.
yeah, yeah. I would happily say that. I think Romero's on his way to Brighton by the looks of things. That looks pretty.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
so
of
that's
movement
a good
going on
move.
there.
Yeah.
I think because of Arsenal being so shit at the moment, they would potentially part with some money to get Lingard. I've got that feeling. I don't know why, but I just think
Yeah.
that would be where he would end up. Like at Arsenal, he'd do a Danny
Possibly.
Welbeck. Um,
Yeah, maybe. But although saying
um,
that, be aware Arsenal have actually won through on the bounce. So I know
yes,
we've
there is that.
taken the piss out of
Yeah,
Arteta a lot, but I
yeah.
mean, we don't want to jinx their shitness too much,
No, I know what you mean, but I think the main problem that I can see that we're going to have is the fact that unfortunately we need to get rid of Pogba in the summer,
Yeah,
because he's no way going to sign another contract, is he? Well, he might want to, but
no.
his dickhead agent won't let him.
Well, I've called the episode 21. Here we come. All right. Obviously, it's
Yeah,
2021, and there is
yep,
a chance we can get title 21. So
yep,
he obviously has been flirting with the idea of going back to Juventus, but Juventus,
yep,
mate, might not win the league. They're trailing in
yep,
points behind both Milan clubs, who've both won
yep,
today. Oh,
yep,
and if they don't win, there might be a chance that Juventus now become the Milan of old.
yes,
So he might decide, actually, Ollie has just done miraculous things on and off the pitch, and I might be
yep,
better off playing another 5 years here at Old Trafford, and
yep.
then retire over
Where
at LA Galaxy or something.
where he knows he will get played week in week out because of who he is. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
But
but
we've slated
even
Pogba a
still,
lot, and he deserves it.
yes, and that's exactly what I was going to say. We have slated him for good reason, and we're probably going to slate him again in the
Totally.
future. But I have noticed over the last
But
couple of games he's kind of bucked his ideas up um, a little bit. There's still certain things that piss me off, like the fact that the other night he tripped over his fucking clown feet. He's got massive feet that he was in his own area and he fucking tripped over himself. And then
yeah,
I text you about the penalty saying, "Do you think that was a penalty?" And you're like,
yeah,
"Yeah, it was." I'm still undecided
yeah.
because I know he had a little bit of pressure from the opposition, but he did trip over his own feet again. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I personally think he did get clipped before he clipped himself after that. But
Yeah,
even still, I was listening. I was listening to, again, as I said before, Webby and O'Neill before, and they were saying how Slabhead got a proper fucking, no, not Slabhead, Pogba should have got a penalty before
yeah,
that when he got fucking the people's elbow in his mouth, you know. So,
yes,
uh,
yes, he should have done.
so I think maybe the referee did feel like shit. You know, I did make a mistake beforehand, so I'm just going to be a little bit
Yeah,
more generous next time. You know. So,
potentially.
but Bruno Fernandes, cool as a cucumber. What a beautiful
Yeah,
penalty that was. Hard and low,
didn't do
just
his
like
hop.
Van Nistelrooy, bottom left hand corner.
Yeah, didn't do his hop, skip, and a jump this time, which I think confused the goalkeeper.
No, I
But
mean that was brilliant.
yep, that was just pure power.
So
That
I
was.
think Pogba, if he wants to make a real statement, all he's
Yeah,
got to do is part ways with Raiola. I don't mind if he
yeah,
goes to George Mendes,
yep,
but he's just got to go and say, "Up yours, mate. Suck
yeah.
my dick and swallow it."
Yeah, basically,
So
yeah, because he's ruining his career massively. Now, I've got a question for you.
yes, mate.
I blame Villa's goal on Wan-Bissaka.
No, I mean, you know, he's worth criticism because
Now,
I mean he was doing something a little bit ludicrous in front of
he
the
was
referee
far
and the
too
ball.
far up the field. And that's the problem. He was far too far up the field where he shouldn't have been at that point in
Yeah,
time. That sort of has raised alarm bells to me because that's not the first time he's done something stupid like that. I hope it's just a
yeah,
little glitch in the matrix,
yeah.
and he will be told about that because I'm guessing they would have ripped him apart in the post game analysis with the club, and the coaches would have sat him down, going, "Mate, you shouldn't have been in that position." And hopefully he will learn
Yeah,
from that and then won't do it again. But
yeah.
as a whole, as I said to you the other night, the defence was pretty solid, and
I
it's the
mean, they're
old
playing more with confidence.
yeah, and it's the old saying that attackers win your games, but solid defenders win you titles, and
Totally.
that will be, even De Gea had a blinder, mate. He's really
Oh,
pulled
mate,
his
he was
fingers
on
out his ass,
form.
especially
Proper up
that
for
like
it, mate.
point blank save over
The
the bar.
hook.
Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
he was.
mate. I was well impressed. Now, hopefully, he's
Yep.
just going to keep this motivation and concentration up for the rest of the season. Because if he does that, mate,
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
hell, we're in for something. And I think it was McCullough earlier this, or no, it would have been yesterday. He said that we're going to get the title if
Yep.
Bailly stays fit, mate. So we've
Yep.
talked about this. So if he stays fit, we're winning the title. But we need De
Yep.
Gea as well to stay
Yep.
focused. So,
Do you
mate,
think
I'm feeling really good. I'm
that?
feeling optimistic.
Do you think that De Gea played better the other night because he had Bailly in front of him and he knows what he's about, whereas Lindelof doesn't connect? The fridge and freezer do work together. We're not going to lie, because they have
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
in some games, but they have fucked up more than they have been successful, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, don't forget last season, mate. You know, we had one of the best clean sheet records across Europe.
Yeah,
But this season, obviously, there've been some really stupid off-pitch distractions and no preseason and stuff. So
yeah,
um, it took us a while to get momentum. But if you're saying that and Slabhead works better than him and the Iceman,
yeah, yeah.
which is what you said, right? then I'd agree with
That
you.
is what I have said.
And then that instills
Yeah.
more confidence. Yeah, it still
In De
instills
Gea.
more confidence in the keeper. Yeah.
Yep.
But I ain't going to just say,
Yeah.
De Gea had been playing shit and making so many mistakes because he had Lindelof in front of him. De Gea
No.
needs to sort of,
Take a yeah.
put in a proper shift
He
and prove his worth.
De Gea caught. Yes, some of the goals were caused by the two centre backs, but I would say 75% of the goals that De Gea has conceded was his own doing, either through positioning or poor distribution.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, and I think the fact that Dino's
Now,
breathing down his neck is helping a lot because he's having to really up his game.
totally, mate. Now, we've got 2 matches, right? We've got
Yep.
double cup whammy. So we've got Man City, who've
Yep.
just thrashed Chelsea, which has probably put, who's just like fucking chopped Frank Lampard's head off, So
Yeah.
we've got them next week in the semi-final of the League Cup. Then we've got Watford in the FA Cup after that. Then Cavani's
Yep.
back from his suspension.
Yep.
Talking about the cup matches, do you think that
Yep.
some of the fringe players, such as Tuanzebe, Van der Bench,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Timbo, deserve to have a start?
Van der Bench, definitely. Axel.
Who for?
What? Van der Beek.
Yeah,
I
mate,
would rest. Against Man City. I don't think I would change it around too much, just because
right.
they need a trophy this season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Watford, that's where I'd make some wholesale changes in the respect of, bringing off Pogba for Van der Beek, or even Bruno for Van der Beek.
Yeah.
Axel, definitely the Watford game could line up against. You're always going to have Maguire first, because obviously he's a club captain. So, Axel and Maguire together potentially. Timbo,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe bring him on. I wouldn't start him, but maybe bring him on against City. But I think, unfortunately, with everything that's going on in the background in regards to not signing contracts, and that has really put a damper on that. I don't know how you
Fine.
feel.
So,
Now,
I
do
think
you
that.
start?
Yeah.
Do you start Henderson both games?
Oh, of course, mate. Definitely.
Would you?
When you think about Schmeichel, right? Yeah, totally. And I'll tell you something, it's really good for us to have 2 top class goalkeepers because
Yep.
you know how tender De Gea is, right? And how he just
Yep.
has too many brain farts and stuff. I think that
Yep.
giving him rest from time to time lets him to sort of realign his chakras and all that kind of stuff, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, that
Yep.
was a bit weird. Realign his chakras.
That
Sort
come
of
out of nowhere.
regain his energy, came out my bum hole and went back in. Sorry. Fucking
Yeah.
up. But when you listen to Schmeichel, and one of the reasons why he had to leave Man United, he said it recently in the past few years, is because he just couldn't handle the pressure and he didn't really want to let the
Yep.
team down, but
Yeah.
he couldn't really cope with the mental strain. So
Yeah.
it was good when we had Van der Hau as well, because I thought,
Yep.
the old Raymond with his slick hair fucking
Yes.
electrocuted himself from time to time. But he was a very good backup keeper.
Yep.
And when Schmeichel sort of had a bit of a brain fart period, Fergie
Yep.
said, look, mate, it's autumn time. You get on a plane, go on a holiday, and come back when you're ready, which was pretty
Yep.
mental to do that what happened. We only
Yep.
won the fucking treble, mate. So
Yep.
I think it's important, especially in today's age, that we have a good understudy that's willing to sort of let the main man between the sticks to have his rest from
Yep.
time to time. So
Yes.
plus it keeps the other one motivated as well, trying to usurp the
Exactly.
number one person, on the pitch. So
Yeah. I
and
think you're
I've
right
got
there, and I
one last
think
question. Sorry, yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say because we hit the 45-minute mark. The last question I wanted to
Yep.
ask you, mate, right, is try to think more spectrum as opposed to sort of like yin yang on off binary,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Is the slab head sort of crossing into the territory of love, or is he still over in Mordor in your eyes?
um. No, he's got some more work to do. He's still a twat.
Okay, so you're still going with the harsh words.
I
I
am,
ain't
but
trying to expose you or anything, mate.
no, I think yeah, no, I he's got to do a bit more work. Another couple of games. Maybe ask me that question after the Watford game, and then I'll be able to give you a more of
Okay.
because I don't want to be too harsh on the lad, but I also don't want to take him off, out of the firing line
To
at
your
the
bad
moment
list,
because
yeah.
I still think he's got some major brain farts to let go this season, which might cost us, but we'll have to wait and see with that. My final
Okay.
question to you: do you
Yes,
start
mate.
Ingalo as he is coming up towards the end of his contract? Cavani's out, suspended. Um, do you start him against Watford, or because that would be quite interesting?
Yeah, why not? I think
Because he played for Watford, didn't he?
if
Igalo.
yeah, he did. So you know how Ollie
Yeah.
likes to play players against their previous
Yeah.
teams. It does make
Yep.
sense, and I think Igelo's done a lot off the pitch in helping to sort of make the players sort
Yep.
of fight for the badge a little bit more, and appreciate who they're playing for.
Definitely.
So yeah, that would be a
Yes.
lovely gesture because he's definitely helped us out in the past,
Yep.
especially pre-lockdown. So yeah, he deserves it, mate.
I
So
think.
if he doesn't do well, all we've got to do is give
Yeah.
him the curly finger, pull him off, and then put
Yeah.
someone else up front, maybe
Yeah.
Tony or
I,
Rash if they've been rested.
I think with Igalo, I would be inclined to actually sign him permanently. Now you're probably going to say what you want about Adam because he hasn't played in ages, but he's just that sort.
Yeah,
He's old for a striker, right? What is he? 33,
no, mate, he's 31. He's younger
31. Well,
and fitter than Cavani.
true.
Maybe not.
But
Maybe not as fit in good-looking terms, but no,
right,
sorry, no.
yeah.
But
I think would you? The problem that we would have with that transfer would be his wages because I think he's being paid like something proper stupid over in China. Like
yeah,
I swear it's something like
I don't know if it's
350K a
200K a
week. Isn't it?
week.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it is, mate.
It's something massive. But because of his love for the club, would he come over here for 100K a week?
Yeah, mate. Of course he would. He'd come here for 50K a week.
I think
He's made his fortune.
yeah, I think
So
that is something that we would. I really do hope the club, you know, do something like that because he's the sort of player that if I was Ollie, I would want around, even though I know full well that I'm not going to play him very often.
yeah,
Um, and he would be definitely somebody, you know, in the future that I potentially would then bring into my backroom stuff, just because. All right, I know he's
Yeah,
one of these players that hasn't really achieved like the full-on, goals that some of the players have, but he's the sort of player that
yeah,
potentially could become a good coach in the future, and nurture the young. I don't know. That
yeah.
could
It
be
could
just
be.
me, going off on a
I mean, it's
tangent.
healthy speculation, mate. I mean,
Um,
I really like the guy.
I don't know.
He's
What do you think?
conducted himself in a brilliant way, and he's done well when he's played. But obviously, at the
Yeah,
start of the season, he did get a few little appearances, but didn't really do anything. But also, wasn't supplied with enough balls. So
yeah,
there is that. But also, we've got Charlie O'Neill, mate. Keep an eye out on him because
yeah,
he did score over 600 goals for Man City youth team, and he
yes,
left Man City. We got him back because he was our player before he went to Man City. Then we got him back
yes, yeah,
for just about £1 million. So he could be ripping it up
yeah,
in the remainder of the season. So I think, and not only that, we've got Tony, fucking what's his name, Joe Hugill, who we signed from Sunderland as well, their youth team. So I think we've
yeah,
got some interesting youth that are going to be pouncing on the scene pretty soon as well to sort of be down Mason's neck as well. So, well, that's
yeah.
that, mate. What are your closing words?
Definitely. Over and out from me, mate.
Over and out from me. And I don't know how I'm going to sort of close the episodes now in 2021. But until I've sort of thought about something else, I'm going to say, see you later, you chronic fucking masturbators.